All right. What's up, day 3? Hello. Okay, we've covered quite some cool things, right? You learned a whole bunch on day 1. Come on in, say hello, don't be shy. Birthdays. Go shorty, it's your birthday. Yeah, we blasted that song in the limo on my 21st birthday as we head into Boston. I got so drunk I passed out in the ladies' room floor. Oh my God. So stupid, right? To be young again. But anyway, we went over birthdays in great detail. If you missed day 1, go back and get it. The video's floating around here somewhere. Yesterday for day 2, we talked about how to nourish and cultivate that news feed and the friends that are already there, because that's so important. And I'm going to pop open my window so we can head back over to Facebook. All of this has a massive impact on your Facebook algorithm. And that's what this challenge is all about, is like how to resurrect that algorithm if it's sucking wind for you. So there's a lot more. There's a lot that goes into it. And it's taken me quite a few years to figure out all of these social platforms and what's the best etiquette and how to, if you get confused by social, just drop me a number 1 below. Just hit me with a number 1. Like, yes, there's so much to keep up with and it keeps changing and that's never going to stop. We have to figure out how to take the impactful steps that give us that return on investment. So if I were to break this down for you, this DMO that I've given you, right? Birthdays, playing in that news feed and showing up to cultivate and nourish relationships that you've already established through the birthdays, right? You've been unfriending the people who maybe just shouldn't be there anymore. Currently, as of right now, as of the time of this video, Facebook stories is still a thing. A couple of years ago, we didn't have Facebook stories. So in a couple of years, this might be irrelevant. But right now, it's very, very relevant to bringing that Facebook algorithm back to life. You have a business, you have a product, you have a service. Wouldn't you like to get that in front of more people? People who are adoring you and entertained by you, and they say yes to your stuff. That's what I show you how to do. You've got to take the action. And that's where we fall short, right? Because if we're on the Zoom, it's great. We can do it in theory, but in reality, are you going to do it? That's why I created this DMO. So if you've been around my circle, which I am seeing a bunch of people here who are, you know that I don't like to teach numbers goals as far as like, go talk to 50 people today, go connect with 20 people in groups. I'm going to explain why. So you can breathe again. None of your days are ever the same. There's no 2 days that are ever the same, right? So if I said, let's set a goal for you to go contact and communicate with 20 people today, guess what? What happens if work gets crazy? If your child or grandchild or fur baby has a medical problem? What if you yourself are under the weather? You're not going to get to that 20. So what I teach is how to use timers in a window of time to minimize distractions and come from a quality standpoint and do those action steps for a period of time. And that's what we're going to do right now. Do you feel better? Does that help you just like, just relieve that stress and that anxiety on your chest? Because here's the deal. Are you still working a job outside of the home? Okay. Some people are, right? If I can't take my phone and sit on the toilet away from my coworkers and do an action step, I'm doing it wrong. So what I teach you is what other trainers and what other coaches say of like, we build this business in the pockets of our day. Great. What the fuck does that even mean? I'm exposing that for you. I want you to win. I want you to sit on the toilet and have a 5-minute timer and do this. You ready? I'm being a little silly, but that's the God's honest truth. You should be able to take that time. Okay. The next piece of our DMO is Facebook stories. So why is this important when it comes to resurrecting your algorithm? I want to know what you think. Hit me with it. What do stories have to do with your algorithm? Well, when you're posting in them, nothing. Stories don't impact your algorithm. However, the communication between you and the person has a very, very heavy impact on your algorithm. So the first person who pops up is my friend Erin. I'm going to pause her story. And she said, video game, I was able to play, I was able to win while playing both boys. So I'm going to say, way to go, Mom. Sounds fun. Okay. So what I just did was, because I replied to Erin's story, that's going to send her a message through Facebook Messenger. And now when Erin sees that, she is going to reply to me. This is the simplest way to slide into someone's DMs, is through their stories. The same thing goes for Instagram. The purpose of this conversation is resurrecting your Facebook algorithm. So once Erin replies to me, that sends a message to the Facebook gods and says, hey, guess what? You guys are obviously important to one another, and you want to see more of each other's stuff. So now, let me ask you, have you ever communicated with someone through Messenger? Maybe it's been a while. And then all of a sudden, after you have kind of gone back and forth, you're like, now I'm seeing their stuff in my news feed. That's weird, but it never really clicked. That was by design from Facebook. Let's see what Ray is up to. I may disagree with you, but I won't wish you canceled or destroyed. 100%. Okay, I'll leave Ray a comment. Let's keep going. Let's look at my girl, Terry. Liquid works immediately. Do you know taking a liquid supplement? I'm gonna hit the over button. I generally don't comment too much on business stuff because I'm not going to be out postured. I'm not shopping for any products. If I am, I know who to go to and what I want. Missing the gathering. Is there a past gathering you miss? Ready for another. I'm going to tell Terry, I am ready for live events. Okay. So guess what? We set a timer for 5 minutes. And we're not going to comment on every single story that this person has. We're going to go through multiple people, and we are going to comment with meaningful comments inside of their stories for a 5-minute period of time. Can you imagine how, when you minimize distractions in just 5 minutes, how much you can increase that productivity? And now, because you've communicated with all of these people through Messenger, most of them, I'd say 90 to 95%, if not more, are going to respond to you. And in the simple fact that they've done that, they are now going to start seeing more of your posts. Your job is to make sure you have a healthy balance of business as well as lifestyle on your wall, on your timeline. That way, people, it's not just business, right? If it's all business on your profile, your audience is going to be repelled by you. They are obviously thinking, wow, this person here, you, only care about the sale. And if I come within 2 feet of you, AKA the conversation, this person is going to try to pitch me or sell me. People don't want that. So you want a healthy balance of curiosity posts, right? We use attraction marketing. We pique people's curiosity and we have a meaningful conversation in private. We don't flaunt what company we're with. We don't name, our company and promote our company graphics or, you get it. Okay. So I think this is very, very clear. Let me know what questions are coming up for you, specifically for the story conversation. If you want to start with 2 minutes or 3 minutes, do that. Set a timer. You're going to see how very quickly it goes by. But more importantly, you're going to truly see how many people you can get to in just 3 minutes or 5 minutes. And every day that you do this, you can find new people. I'm going to give you a bonus tip. You want a bonus tip? Okay, because you asked so nicely. If you are someone who is tracking your leads or your prospects, those are the stories you're going to go to first. Those are the stories and the people you're going to stay in front of. Wink, wink, right? Bam. So that's all there is to it. This DMO is very basic. And I did that so that anybody at any level can win. I asked you on day 1 how much time you had. Some people in the group said 45 minutes. Some people said an hour. It's okay. Anywhere between 30 and 60 minutes per day to crank out that DMO on Facebook is all you need. And like I said, take this DMO, print it, download it. Let this be your work Bible for 3 solid weeks, 6 solid weeks. And I want you to track your consistency while paying attention to your metrics, to your numbers. Are your friends growing? Are your followers growing? Do you see more engagement on your stuff, right? Because with the birthdays, we're kind of shedding that dead weight. We're shedding the people who we're not really connected with and don't talk to and probably might never. That's helping the algorithm. You're kind of loading the dead weight off of the boat. Now you're starting that healthy algorithm by connecting through happy birthday through Messenger. Then we spend some time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes in our news feed, going through, commenting on those posts that we find through the news feed period, right? That window of time. And now today and every day we add these steps together. So combined, it might take you 30 minutes. If you set that window of time to 2 minutes for stories, 3 minutes for news feed. Birthdays are what they are. That's a total of maybe 5 to 8 minutes right there, total. Yeah. So you have 22 minutes to do stories. And then what I'm going to show you on day 4 and day 5. So give me your feedback. Has this been helpful? Are you seeing that you don't have to be this raging influencer to have impact and influence over people? You don't have to be a massive influencer. You don't have to be paying for ads. You don't even have to live on social media in order to have a good return on investment for your effort. You just have to be consistent and you have to be following my DMO. Those are the things that are going to help you win. All right. Thanks for attending. I appreciate you being here. I hope that just giving back and giving you this value and helping you win is worth your time. I really do. And I'll be back tomorrow for day 4. All right. Bye for now.